The Paris 2024 Olympics are set to dazzle, featuring a lineup of venues that are as iconic as they are historic. From the majestic Eiffel Tower and Champ de Mars in the heart of Paris to the breathtaking waves of Teahupo'o in Tahiti, these games promise unforgettable moments in extraordinary settings. In the past, Olympic hosts have transformed their most famous landmarks into stages for sporting greatness. Rome had wrestlers grapple in the ancient Basilica of Maxentius. Sydney's Opera House framed the triathlon, and Athens returned to its historic roots with marathons that trace the steps of the ancients. Get ready to explore the stunning stadiums of the 2024 Paris Games. We're committed to releasing 2 videos a week. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more visionary builds. Host cities for modern Olympic Games have embraced the competitive spirit by aiming to host the most memorable and extravagant opening ceremonies ever seen. Beijing featured 2008 drummers, London showcased James Bond accompanying Queen Elizabeth II, and Rio dazzled the audiences with Giselle, turning the stadium into a personal catwalk strutting across the field alone. But Paris has taken a unique bet that the city itself is enough to capture everyone's attention. This July, when the Summer Olympics kick off in Paris, the opening ceremony promises to be a cinematic spectacle. As the sun sets, a fleet of boats will carry athletes down the Seine. The scene will unfold in the open air with hundreds of thousands of spectators cheering from the riverbanks and bridges, all under a glowing amber sky. The event will be the first to take place outside of a traditional stadium setting, and uniquely on a river. Many of the Olympic events will also move from the usual peripheral stadiums to iconic locations throughout the heart of Paris, offering both locals and visitors a fresh perspective on the French capital. But let's get to the games themselves. In a significant departure from previous Olympics, Paris 2024 has introduced only 2 new permanent sports venues as part of a strategic move to cut costs and aim for a more sober games. An 8,000-seat arena, which will host badminton and rhythmic gymnastics, was inaugurated in a less affluent area of northern Paris in February. Meanwhile, President Emmanuel Macron opened a new aquatic center in a nearby suburb on April 4th. Apart from these, 95% of the events will use existing venues or temporary stands that are rapidly being constructed. The Games begin on July 26, with the Paralympics following on August 28th. Iconic locations across Paris will serve as unique backdrops for various sports. Beach volleyball will take place in front of the Eiffel Tower, archery at the Invalides Monument, skateboarding at Place de la Concorde, and the Château de Versailles will be the venue for equestrian events. Overall, 200,000 seats will be installed in temporary venues. The River Seine will not only host the open water swimming, conditions permitting, but also the dramatic opening ceremony, where teams will parade down the river in a flotilla of boats before up to 500,000 spectators. Organizers have reassured that the infrastructure and budget are well managed and under control. Now, let's look at some of the stadiums themselves. The Stade de France, located in Saint-Denis, is one of the most famous stadiums in France and will be hosting the athletics and rugby sevens. It's known for hosting the 1998 Men's FIFA World Cup, where France won their first world championship by beating Brazil 3-0. This stadium has a seating capacity of 77,083 and will host athletics and rugby sevens during Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Originally built for the 1998 Football World Cup, the Stade de France was designed by a team of architects named Marguerite Zublena, Regimbal, and Constantini. Over the years, it's been the go-to venue for big sports events like the World Athletic Championships in 2003 and multiple Rugby World Cups, including the one in 2023. It's also where the French national football and rugby teams play their matches every year, not to mention some of the biggest concerts with international artists. Looking ahead after the Paris 2024 Games, the stadium will continue to be a central hub for major sports and cultural events in France. For those attending the Games, the Olympics and Paralympic Village is just 2 kilometers away. There are other venues nearby too, like the Olympic Aquatic Center and La Courneuve shooting range. For those looking to explore, the Saint-Ouen Flea Market and the Saint-Denis Basilica are close by. Roland Garros Stadium is another legendary sports venue. It has been a central stage for some of the most iconic moments in tennis history. Over its 95 years, the stadium has witnessed extraordinary matches like the Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova's epic 1985 final and Rafael Nadal's remarkable win at just 19 years old during his first appearance at the French Open. Named after Roland Garros, a pioneering French aviator, this expansive stadium covers 12 hectares and features 18 clay courts. Among these are the Simone Mathieu and Susan Leglin courts, set to host tennis events for Paris 2024, and the Philippe Chatrier court, which will also be a venue for boxing. Situated on the edge of the Bois de Boulogne near Parc des Princes, Roland Garros has been the proud host of the French Open annually, one of the 4 prestigious Grand Slam tournaments. This event not only showcases the pinnacle of tennis talent, but also broadcasts French athletic prowess to over 220 countries worldwide. The stadium has undergone several modernizations to stay competitive with other Grand Slam venues. Notably, between 2015 and 2021, enhancements included a state-of-the-art retractable roof over the Philippe Chatrier court and the addition of a 5,000-seat court nestled within the Jardin d'Hôtel Gardens, named after Simone Mathieu. Parc des Princes is set to host American soccer or football matches during the Paris 2024 Olympics. Known for its rich footballing history, France boasts many iconic stadiums, and Parc des Princes is a standout. Designed by architect Roger Talbot, the same visionary behind Montreal's Olympic Stadium, the park was originally constructed in 1972 and has been the proud home of Paris Saint-Germain Football Club since 1974. The stadium isn't just the heart of club football in Paris, but has also hosted a plethora of important matches for the French national football and rugby teams. It's been a key venue in major international tournaments like the 1998 Football World Cup and the Euro 2016 Football Championship. Place de la Concorde, situated at the eastern end of the Champs-Élysées in Paris, is not just the largest public square in the city, but also one of the most historic. Known for its pivotal role during the French Revolution, it's also been the gateway for major events such as the Paris Universal Exposition of 1900 and the 1925 International Exhibition of Modern Decorative and Industrial Arts. Additionally, it's hosted national celebrities like the victory celebrations at the end of both world wars and the festivities following France's 1998 FIFA World Cup win. For the Paris 2024 Olympics, Place de la Concorde is set to transform into a vibrant venue for urban sports, reflecting the dynamic spirit of the modern games. From Saturday, July 27th to Saturday, August 10th, the square will host BMX freestyle, skateboarding, breaking, and 3-on-3 basketball competitions. With a capacity of 30,000, this iconic location will offer a unique backdrop for athletes and spectators, showcasing these exciting sports right in the heart of Paris. Stade Vélodrome stands as one of Marseille's iconic sports venues and is poised to host football matches for the Paris 2024 Olympics. Since its opening in 1937, it's been the home for Olympique de Marseille, the city's top professional football team. Beyond club football, Stade Vélodrome has a rich history in hosting significant international sporting events, including the 1938 and 1998 Football World Cups, the European Football Championships in 1984 and 2016, and the 2007 Rugby World Cup. For Paris 2024, it's one of 2 venues in Marseille alongside the Marseille Marina, which will host sailing events, highlighting its continuing prominence in the world of sports. The Grand Palais des Champs-Élysées, aka the Grand Palais, is set to host the fencing and taekwondo events during the Paris 2024 Olympics. This architectural marvel, built for the Universal Exhibition in 1900, is renowned for its vast nave and stunning glass roof. Recognized as a historic monument by the French Ministry of Culture, the Grand Palais serves multiple functions. It operates as a museum, art gallery, exhibition hall, and occasionally a sports venue. Notable past events include the 2010 World Fencing Championships and a unique segment of the Tour de France in 2017, which passed through the Palais as part of Paris's bid for the 2024 Summer Olympics. This blend of cultural and sporting significance makes the Grand Palais an ideal backdrop for the Olympic sports of fencing and taekwondo. The Esplanade des Invalides, situated north of Hôtel des Invalides, a complex steeped in military history and the resting place of Napoleon Bonaparte, will host the archery competitions during Paris 2024. This expensive lawn area, known for its connection to France's military past, will also serve as the dramatic finish line for the marathon. Its open space and historic backdrop make it a fitting setting for the precision and elegance of archery. The Château de Versailles, a symbol of French royal grandeur and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, will host the equestrian events and modern pentathlon, excluding the fencing ranking rounds during the Paris 2024 Olympics. Events will be held in a temporary outdoor arena set up on the Étoile Royale Esplanade, west of the Grand Canal in the heart of the palace's gardens. This venue promises to blend the regal history of Versailles with the thrill and discipline of Olympic equestrian sports and modern pentathlon.
Finally, the Stade V du Manoir in Colombes is gearing up for a historic repeat performance during the Paris 2024 Olympics, where it will exclusively host the hockey competitions. Opened in 1907, this stadium has the unique distinction of serving as an Olympic venue for the second time, having been a central stage during the Paris 1924 Olympics. Back then, it was the primary arena for a variety of sports, including athletics, cycling, equestrian gymnastics, tennis, football, rugby, and 2 modern pentathlon events, running and fencing. The stadium also holds a rich football history, having hosted the final of the 1938 FIFA World Cup, where Italy defeated Hungary 4-2 to claim their second world title. We're committed to releasing 2 videos a week. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more visionary builds.